When Cobra Kai first appeared, no one knew what to expect. A sequel to The Karate Kid, decades later, focusing on Johnny Lawrence, it sounded like pure nostalgia. But what fans discovered was something very different, a show that honored the past, yes, but also reimagined it, giving us new characters, new conflicts, and a chance to revisit a rivalry that shaped an entire generation. And now, with the series heading into its final season, we stand at the end of that journey. The dojo doors are closing, and fans everywhere are asking the same thing: what can we expect from Cobra Kai's last chapter? The first expectation is simple: the rivalry. Daniel LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence. For nearly 40 years, their lives have been defined by a single fight. Cobra Kai gave us the chance to see them not as one-dimensional hero and villain, but as men who never fully moved on. Over the seasons, we've seen glimpses of reconciliation, moments where the rivalry seemed to fade, only for old grudges to resurface. Fans believe this final season must close that circle, either with one last showdown or with the two finally standing side by side in true unity. After all, if Johnny and Daniel can't find peace after all this time, what was the point of the journey? The second expectation lies with the students. Miguel, Sam, Hawk, Tori, Robbie, each one has become more than just the next generation. They are the emotional center of Cobra Kai. Fans are watching closely for their endings. Does Miguel step into the role of leader, carrying the spirit of karate into the future? Can Tori escape the shadow of her past and redefine herself beyond Cobra Kai's toxic influence? Will Hawk continue his path of redemption, or will the chaos of the final season test him in ways he can't recover from? And Robbie and Sam, characters who've lived in the middle of loyalty and betrayal, must finally choose where they stand. These arcs matter because they represent what Cobra Kai has always been about: growth, choice, and the struggle to rise above where you came from. Then comes the dojo itself, Cobra Kai. More than just a name, it's a symbol that has shifted in meaning from generation to generation. For some, it's power. For others, it's corruption. Fans are deeply divided on what should happen. Should the dojo fall with the series, closing that chapter forever? Or should it transform, becoming something new under the guidance of those who finally learned from the past? This question is one of the biggest expectations going into the finale, because Cobra Kai isn't just a building, it's the legacy of every character who stepped onto the mat. And finally, we come to Johnny Lawrence. In many ways, this was always his story. Once the bully, now the broken man trying to rebuild his life, Johnny has carried Cobra Kai from a simple reboot to a story of redemption. Fans don't expect him to win a tournament or to be perfect, they expect him to find peace, to prove that even the most flawed person can rise again. If the show ends without giving Johnny that closure, then the journey feels incomplete. So when the final season arrives, fans are looking for four things: rivalries resolved, students stepping into their future, the fate of the dojo decided, and Johnny Lawrence's redemption fulfilled. These are the expectations. These are the answers Cobra Kai owes to the audience that has followed it from the very beginning. The fights will be brutal. The choices will be heavy. And when the dust settles, Cobra Kai will no longer just be about karate, it will be about legacy. Who carries it forward, and what does it truly mean? This is Kai Hard, where we don't just watch the story, we explore the legacy it leaves behind.